Sensei? Everything all right?
We're all gonna die, kid! We're all gonna die!
The original Karate Kid franchise has long been considered to be one of the most popular franchises of the 80s and 90s, causing a slew of superfans to re-watch the trilogy to try and find out more about their favorite characters. Luckily for them, Cobra Kai then set to work exploring the ins and outs of both Daniel-san and Johnny a full 34 years later. Having been re-released on Netflix last month and reaching a record high on the popularity spectrum, Season 3 of the series is now considered to be one of the most anticipated shows of next year. But what do we know about this season? Well, stick around as we explore everything you need to know about Season 3 of Cobra Kai. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First, the lead up to Season 3. It is of course impossible to talk about Season 3 of the show without first giving a quick summary of what went down in the previous 2 seasons, right? So let's start off with Season 1, which introduced viewers to the life of Johnny Lawrence 34 years after he had been defeated by Daniel Larusso at the All-Valley Karate Championship. And boys and girls, this man is broken, completely down on his luck, drunk, angry, and of course, written off by his son. Cobra Kai does put a twist in the works though by making the viewer feel almost sorry for Johnny, who goes on to discover Miguel Diaz being bullied outside of a convenience store. It's at this point that Johnny decides to reopen the Cobra Kai dojo and train bullied school children how to fight and stand up for themselves. The problem with this mentality, though, is that Johnny is still basing his teachings off the original principles of Cobra Kai as taught by the nefarious John Kreese. You know, the classic strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Yeah, we all saw a problem with this. So from this moment on, the viewers can see that Johnny is definitely trying to be a better person, and his intentions are truly pure. But he's not only corrupting himself with these failing principles once more, but others as well. And this is where Daniel Larusso comes in. When he hears about Cobra Kai rising once more, he decides to fight back against the evil dojo by opening Miyagi-Do Karate and training a budding fighter by the name of Robbie, who happens to be Johnny's son, by the way. The rest of the season sees Johnny and Daniel's fighters taking aim at one another and finally fighting in a championship to see who the best is. Unfortunately for the memory of Mr. Miyagi, Cobra Kai is victorious, and the season ends with the appearance of, surprise, surprise, John Kreese. Cue sinister music. The second season then focuses more on the relationships between the fighters and their respective dojos. Johnny starts to notice the real difference between him and Kreese when he realizes that mercy can sometimes be an option in karate. When he teaches this principles to his students, however, Kreese tightens his sights and starts putting a plan in motion. Since strength is what Cobra Kai focuses on, the weaker fighters in the dojo feel almost bullied themselves, which is what they were trying to get away from in the first place. So they leave to join Miyagi-Do Karate. At the same time, a massive brawl picks up at school between the main fighters of the 2 dojos and ends in Miguel defeating Robbie once more, but this time, showing him mercy. Hey look, Cobra Kai can be good. But that's when Robbie gets up and attacks Miguel while his guard is down, forcing him off the railing and causing him to fall to the ground below, breaking his neck. Not much of a hero move if we do say so ourselves. Worse yet, Johnny makes his way back to the dojo to find that it has been taken over by Kreese, who says that Cobra Kai has always been his. The season ends with Johnny ridding himself of his bodily possessions, including his cell phone, which, as he walks off into the distance, rings. And the caller is none other than Ali Mills. Second, that pesky release date. So now that the nitty-gritty is out of the way and you're all really excited, let's get right into the release date that has been set for Cobra Kai's latest season. So far, the only official information that has really been released about the 3rd season is the teaser trailer. But, much like other anticipated Netflix properties of next year, Cobra Kai Season 3 hasn't actually been allocated a release date just yet. The global health situation has been, well, pesky to say the least, causing a great number of delays to the production of a wide variety of shows. This includes Cobra Kai Season 3, which Netflix has promised will be on our television screens sometime in 2021. So when next year can we expect to watch this anticipated season? While we can't know for sure, we expect to be able to feast our eyes on the prize around the months of June or July. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The real question is, what can we expect from Season 3 of Cobra Kai? Where's the story going, and who will be returning? Although complete conjecture, let's theorize all the same. Next, the return of Ali Mills. Since Season 1 ended with the reveal of John Kreese, who played a huge role in the 2nd season, the reveal of Ali Mills at the end of Season 2 makes us think that the love interest of Johnny and Daniel-san might be coming back and playing a role in the third season. According to Murphy's Multiverse, Elizabeth Shue has been reported to have filmed some scenes for this anticipated season, and since she played Ali back in the original franchise, she'll most likely be playing Ali in Cobra Kai. This is incredibly exciting, as Ali has always been a point of tension between Johnny and Daniel-san. Considering that the two of them are likely to be coming together in Season 3, more on that later. Ali could be the one to pull them apart again. Better yet, the two could finally quash their beef with one another by sticking by the bro code and not letting her get between them. The options for her integration into the third season are endless, but we can't wait to see what the showrunners decide on. Let's talk about the Diaz disaster. The last time we checked, Miguel was in the hospital with a broken neck and obviously unable to fight. Is this the end for the character, or will we be seeing him appear once more in Season 3? Well, considering that he's by far one of the most loved characters on the show, we doubt the showrunners would ever get rid of him. It would be like taking Keanu Reeves out of The Matrix. And unsurprisingly, the showrunners have indeed confirmed this, but also said that they have no idea in what capacity he'll be returning. This really leaves us with two options. The first is that Season 3 involves a time jump of sorts, where Miguel has been given sufficient time to recover from his extensive injuries. Sure, he won't be the greatest fighter anymore, but he'll be alive and able to fight, although with some added difficulties. The second option is less ideal and sees Miguel dying from complications and thus accompanying Johnny on the rest of his journey in the form of a mental ghost, if you will. We'd obviously love to see him back in action, and Cholo Maridueña himself, who portrays Miguel, has said that if his character does come back, I think he really has his head in the right place, and I love it. So personally, I'd love for him to stay on that side, but I don't know what they're gonna do for next season. Not knowing is always the worst part. But let's hope that we get what we want, which is another redemption match against Robbie and Miguel. Next, the plot of all plots. As far as what we can expect from the plot of the season, your guess is as good as ours. But we do have some good ideas that we hope the showrunners decide to run with. As we saw from the summary in the beginning of this video, Johnny has never actually been the villain of the series, or the original franchise of The Karate Kid, to be honest. The true villain has always been John Kreese and the teachings of the Cobra Kai dojo. After the injury of Miguel and takeover of Cobra Kai, Johnny finds himself pretty lost, not knowing where he belongs or how to correct his mistake of reviving the dojo. With nowhere else to go, can we expect to see two legendary rivals finally coming together to defeat the true evil of the series, being John Kreese and his cronies? Honestly, what better way to push forward everyone's character arcs? We could have Daniel-san deciding to forgive Johnny for the mistakes that he's made, Johnny finally becoming the hero that he so desperately wants to become, Robbie admitting that he was wrong for attacking Miguel without honor, and Miguel forgiving him for doing so. And we're not just talking about words here, we're talking about realizing all of this after the four have had their rematches with one another. Now that would be incredible. Last but not least, The Secret Life of Mr. Miyagi. Finally, the teaser trailer seems to suggest dialogue between Daniel-san and Chosen, where Daniel-san says that Mr. Miyagi treated him like a son and would have never kept any secrets from him. Chosen responds to this by saying, "Are you sure about that?" The suggestion here is that obviously a reveal is due to be made about Mr. Miyagi that might turn Daniel's attention away from his teachings. Whether this secret is that his former sensei used to fight with weapons, or whether he had done some questionable things during his youth, we assume the reveal will cause Daniel-san to question everything. And it might be up to Johnny this time to actually set him on the right path and not turn to the dark side, as he did in trying to defeat Cobra Kai. You see, Johnny has been where Daniel-san is, and is likely to be the only person who can actually help him out of this space. But hey, that's just our theory. Anyway, that wraps up the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.